So what's the difference between being drive second and first in an upright vehicle?
Nothing. Go. Right, so what we'll do, Alex, is we'll just take a drive round here and I'll kind of lay a track for you so that you've got something to follow and get you to drive the next leg.
When you're out in the desert, if you do find tracks, even if it's single tracks from another vehicle, should you stay in that vehicle's tracks or stay out of the vehicle tracks?
$64,000 question. It depends on the conditions that you're in. Like now, I'm driving in my wood tracks because it's fairly firm underneath. If the tracks get too deep or you're having to climb a hill, it's quite good to stay outside the tracks because there's greater tensile strength in the sand that hasn't been disturbed. So if I drive in the sand, that sand has already been moved. If I drive outside the track like this, come out slightly, then I'm on a piece of ground that hasn't been disturbed.
My concern is always that I would be too slow to get through the sand.
Well, it's always better to be too slow than to be too fast. Because if you're too fast, then you're not going to see things and you're going to get bounced around it. If you're slow, then the worst that's going to happen to you is that you're going to stop. And then you can go back and you can do some more.
How do you know how fast it is? Everything just got to be smooth?
Everything's just got to be smooth. It's like snow. If you're driving in the snow, then you know how to drive in the snow, you can drive in the sand. It's just don't do anything suddenly, don't do anything dramatically. Slow, steady, firm, positive, no surprises.
Did I tell you that I drove into a lamppost last time I drove in this day?
No, you didn't tell me that. And I'm rather glad that you didn't, although frankly I'd have saved it until after you'd been driving my car. So right, that's us back to the beginning again. We're going to swap seats and you're going to do some driving. Are you ready?
First things first.
Change the glasses.
Change glasses.
Yeah, it'd be better, I think, if you can see.
Do you like my designer glasses?
I think they're not designer glasses. Where did you get these?
They're designer glasses.
By whom?
Dolce & Gabbana, my two favourite people.
Yuck. Right, they're a bit flashy. Give me the card, give me the case. Right, okay. So, right, you know all the driving position stuff in the feet. We've done all that before, and you were doing it in Rally Jameel for the girls. So, thumbs out of the steering wheel, first of all, and then hands sort of slightly up so you've got enough room to manoeuvre.
Is it best to...
That's fine, yeah, you wouldn't need it, I don't think.
Do I need to bring it down a bit?
I think it's probably alright where it is. It's about shoulder height. Right, what I want to do is we just drive up here is just get a feel for how the car is. It's a different car. Every car will be different. And it's, you don't worry about using some of the throttle. Find out how it responds first time you get into a car. If you come to this sort of bumpy stuff, lift off, because all that's doing is traffic. Try not to do too much in the way of steering when you're in a track, because the car will do a lot of that by itself. It's like a railway light, so you don't have to kind of fight it. In fact, if you take your hands off the wheels a minute, it more or less goes round. So you don't need, white knuckle grip. On the hill, what you want to be doing is using the run down to create the momentum for the run up, so that you're not having to do any acceleration on the way up the hill, because that's when you lose traction. So power now. It's fine. No, that's fine. But you'll find out how little you need. Okay, and then ease. And then just look at where you're going. And then ease again. Right. So you always want to be slowly going downhill and getting your momentum clear as you go up. Right, into first. But we're going to go downhill now. We haven't got any hill descent control. So, feel the steering, feel the car, and just feather the brake once you start to descend. So you've got a little bit to do, and then a descent.
Am I letting the car fall itself, if that makes sense? You're always
doing something to control the car. Don't let the car run on its own.
But I don't want to compress the brake too much because it'll dig in.
Exactly. You want to be feathering the brake just enough to cause some retardation. Not enough for it to stop and dig itself.
Trying to balance it out. And then if I'm in an area where it sort of traverses between the two, is that right? Traverses. I want to be steering into the hill. No, I want to be steering downward.
You want to be keeping the car as straight as you can. Right, so this is fine so far. You can feel the car starting to slide to one side, so you just correct that as you would in a normal skid. This is a soft bit, you'll feel the nose go down. Right.
On the brakes now?
Yeah, I think gently on the brake, just feathering. Don't do too much steering. Right, just feather the brake. Right, okay, and then just keep it moving. Now, if it starts to slide off at the back, steer with it. And it will here. There you go. Just steer with it. That's it. That's fine. And then straighten it up so that when you're going down a slope, you're going straight down a slope and don't do your turning until you get to the bottom. Same as you would on snow, same as you would in ice. That's it. There you go.
That was actually not...
It's not as bad as you think. I've been driving off-road now for, 45 years? And you're not going to get 45 years experience in the time you spend in this car with me today.
Why not?
But you're going to know most of what I know.
Well, I have to say...
Just get out, practice it.
That was much better than I thought it was going to be, and actually quite enjoyable. So I think I'm on and off the throttle too much. It'd be nice.
The trick is not to come off the throttle at all. You should try and keep in contact if you can, so that you've got full. You're always in contact with the road, even if you're not actually pressing it.
That's so good.
All right.
That's so good.
That's it. You're a desert driver. You've done the basics of driving in the sand. Congratulations. That's jolly, isn't it? So that was pretty good. You are now a fully fledged desert driver. Well done.
Am I as good as you?
No, you will never be as good as me. Right, let's go.